All right, everyone, what we have here is a 2006 Chrysler 300. Now, the problem with this car is the customer blew the head gasket. Now, this is a pre-examination of the vehicle. You definitely want to do something like this before you embark on a excruciating long job. We noticed we just brought the car in. You want to put the key on. You want to make sure everything comes on. See that way. See this way. You can see I got the lights on. You can see the radiator don't come on. So you don't want the customer saying, "Listen, this was working before I brought it to you," and it's obvious that don't work. Blower motor work. We went over here to check the windows. You don't hear not a single window is working. So we have an electrical issue here so far. So now we want to go at what you want to do is you want to have a scanner that can pick up the codes in all modules. And what I mean by modules is a lot of these cars have at least 8 different kind of mini computers. One for the airbag, one for the instrument cluster, the engine, the transmission. So what you want to do is go out and you want to make sure your scanner can be able to pick it all up. Now, as you can see, we have 9 modules in here, and we have codes in a lot of them. On the powertrain control module, that's the ECM. That's what's going to be controlling the engine. We have 8 in there already. I think I just hit the wrong one. Let's see. Let me back up. Okay, going to that one. Let's read the codes. Okay, stored. A lot of them, the one that's stored, those are especially which ones you want to pay attention to. Now, the first one we have a crankshaft, camshaft timing misalignment. That is a problem right there because that is a sign that the timing chain is off. Now, your engine has a crankshaft and a camshaft, and these sensors make sure they are definitely in correlation with each other. If not, that means the timing chain is stretched or something is messed up with the chain, or maybe the guides or something's worn out, but that is an issue. So if you do that head gasket, you are still going to have that problem. You got to let the customer know. Then we have a problem with the intake air temperature sensor, the throttle position sensor, again with the throttle position sensor, pending multiple misfire. Now the misfire I'm not worried about because that is because of the blown head gasket. A car engine will have a misfire. And then we have a problem with the EGR. We have a problem with the transmission control system. That is a problem. Again, you got to make sure you go through this because you're going to do a big job and then you're going to finish it, and then the customer can say, well, that wasn't like that when I brought it to you. You a lie. Because I got it right here. And we have another one with the electronic throttle system. All right, we know that. Go back. Let's see, transmission control module. Let's see what's in the transmission. Even though the engine has a transmission control module, this is a separate transmission control module diagnostic. We're going to be checking that out. Now read the codes on that. And we have a pending battery system. The battery is low on this. Battery is disconnected. I did not disconnect the battery on this, so why that code came up, I know. Maybe the customer disconnected it before that, but we have to let them know that. Now, even though the other ones really don't have anything to do with what you're about to do, you definitely want to make sure you check it. The airbag, you just don't want to have any problems when you're doing a big job like this. Let's read the codes on that. On this one, we have ignition run only input open circuit. That's a problem. Implausible missing ECU network. That means somewhere there was a communication breakdown and something's just not receiving or sending data. And same thing with the other one, and all those are stored. That means that is in there. That means that is an issue that's happening right now. We go back. Let's see. The instrument cluster. We have one for the instrument cluster. What does the instrument cluster say? Just going to read the codes. Active headlamp switch in operate. Now we noticed that the headlights was changed because one of them is out, but that wouldn't do anything. We have a problem with the switch itself. Also, as you just noticed, the windows don't work and the radio don't come on. So we have an electrical issue here that has to be addressed as well. Last one, the gateway. The gateway is an actual, it's like a, let's say a computer, but it's not actually a computer, that where all the other modules communicate between each other. So we're going to go into here and check that one out. And let's see, what do we have here? We have a right low beam, yeah, because that's the one that's out, and right high beam. Well, low beam, and I guess the right one. So we got issues with that. Now, once you check that out, you want to go over the system. At the customer's house, I went and opened this up. I don't know if you can see down in there. Let me get a light. Hopefully this light is not too dark. But it is rusty down there. It is a lot of rust in this system. Now, if there's a lot of rust in there, there's a lot of rust in the radiator, which means this radiator could be clogged. We are going to be changing the radiator, but that doesn't mean there's... All right, we got disconnected for a minute. So the customer is changing the radiator because there's a lot of rust in the system, but you got to know why this car overheated. You got to diagnose it, and sometimes you won't even find out until you actually start breaking that down. We do know there's a lot of rust in the system. Just go around, look at the car, everything looks intact. Make sure you take note of everything so you can tell the customer. The number one thing of this is you have to make sure you let the customer know the things you've found out with this vehicle. But that's the first, that is just it. People have, especially when they don't know really about the technical aspect of working on a car, anything that goes wrong is your fault because you're the last one that worked on it. So you got to make sure you go over everything, even if it doesn't have anything to do what you're talking about. So hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. All right, two more things that I forgot. This is so important. I told you about the timing chain. Now, one of the reasons why when a car overheats, depending on how severe it overheated, there is a good possibility that one or two of the cylinder heads are cracked. If they're cracked, there's no repairing them. You got to change them. But no mechanic out there is going to know until this job is taken apart. So you have to let the customer know. It's a possibility these are cracked, but I will not know it until these are actually off the car. And one more thing, this is a minor thing. The hood doesn't stay up because that hood piston is not even hooked up. It's not even working. It's just disconnect. I don't know. It's just off. And the one on this side is not even there. All right. I think I covered everything. All right. Take care.